everyone. It's time for some sight reading. And we're going to start off with some sight reading in simple or duple meter. Think a time signature with a 4 on the bottom. So what we're going to do first is come up with the motions that we're going to use for each note using our wheel spinner. So the first note that we'll have is going to be a dotted half note. Let's see what we're going to do for our dotted half note. Looks like for our dotted half note, we're going to be sliding. Just taking some notes here. Okay, next, let's figure out what we'll do for our quarter notes. Quarter notes, here we go. Awesome. For our quarter notes, we're going to hop on one foot. All right, next, let's look at our half notes. Well, since we're already doing the hopping on one foot for our quarter notes, let's try another one for our half notes. See if we get something a little more appropriate. Patting our knees. Cool. So when we pat our knees, we have to try to make it last for 2 beats. So imagine you can see my knees. 1, 2. Try to make it last a long time, okay? 2 beats to be exact. All right, let's see. We're gonna do something for some 16th notes, and this could be tricky because we need 4 of them. So it's gotta be something we can do fast. Jumping with 2 feet. What if we did this instead of jumping with 2 feet? You're going to go back and forth between your 2 feet. So the rhythm syllables we use are tiri tiri. Let's go tiri tiri, like that. Tiri tiri. And for lack of a better description, I'll just call that jumping. I don't know. Jumping. We'll call that jumping for now. Jumping back and forth between 2 feet. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do for our paired 8th notes? TT. For our TT, it looks like we're going to be touching our shoulders. Fine. TT. All right, next we have a dotted quarter note, tum, followed by a single 8th note. So we might need to come up with 2 different things. Okay, well, patting knees, we're already doing that for our half note, so I'm going to try something new. Okay, so for your dotted quarter note, tum, you bend your knees, and then let's see what's going to come after it with our single 8th note. Our single 8th note looks like we're going to be touching our head. So that will look like this. Tum, ti. Tum, ti. Try it with me. Tum, ti. Tum, ti. Lastly, let's find something to do for one of the newer patterns that we've learned, the rhythm of 8th note triplets. Let's see what happens. Cool. So for our 8th note triplets, we're gonna snap, snap, snap. snap, snap, snap. Triple it, triple it. Awesome. Lastly, let's find some things that we can do for our syncopa rhythm. So for the single eighth note that falls on either side of the quarter note in this pattern, looks like we're going to be touching our shoulders. Since the syncopa pattern includes a quarter note, and we already have something that we've decided to do for a quarter note, let's go ahead and include it. So the quarter note was a hop on one foot. Syncopa will then look like this. Syncopa. Do you need to see my feet? Okay. Syncopa. There you go. Sorry you can't see my feet. Let's review all of the patterns that we're going to do before we look at our examples. First was a dotted half note, 3 beats. We're going to slide to either side for that and try to make sure that as you're moving your foot, you're dragging it for all 3 beats. Ta, ta, ta. Next we have our quarter note. Hop on one foot. Just so you can see, I'm not cheating with 2 feet on the ground. Then for our half note, we're going to pat our knees. Ta, but we're going to try to make it last 2 beats. Ta. For our 16th notes, the 4 of them grouped together, kind of a jumping, but definitely a lot of moving around. Tiri, 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 tiri. For our 8th notes, ti, 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 ti. For our dotted quarter note, followed by a single 8th note, tom, ti, tom, ti. For our triplets, triple it, triple it. For our syncopated pattern, or syncopa, syncopa, 1 foot, syncopa, 2 more times, syncopa, last time, syncopa. Oops, I reversed what I was supposed to do, but I think we're ready. Let's look at our examples. We'll just take it 1 measure at a time and see if we can get comfortable putting these movements together. We have a dotted half note followed by a quarter note. So, a step and a slide, and then a hop on 1 foot. Ta, ta. Measure 2. Bend your knees. Tum, ti. Tum, ti. Followed by ta, ta. For measure 3, triple it. Beat 1, ta, ta, ta. For the rest of measure 3, measure 4 starts with another triplet. Triplet, ta. Just similar, but then we have ta on our knees. Let's see if we can maybe put the first line together. A little bit slow. Here we go. Ta, ta. Tum, ti, ta, ta. Triple it, ta, ta, ta. Triple it, ta, ta. And the second line. We've got a hop on 1 foot, and then ta. Notice that from the very first measure and directly under it, the 5th measure, they're like opposites of each other. So a hop, then a slide, hop, hop. For measure 6, tiri, tiri, ta. So measure 6 is hop, hop, tiri, tiri, hop. I don't remember what I'm calling this, but you're going back and forth between those 2 feet. It's really fast. Measure 7, ti, ti, ta, ta, ta. And measure 8 with the syncopation, syncopa, ta, was doing that, I'm up on 1 foot. Let's see if we can do all of the second line, and then we'll put the whole thing together. Just the second half. Here we go. Ta, 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 teary, teary, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 cinco, pa, ta. Let's try the whole thing. Ready? Here we go. Ta, ta, tum, ti, ta, ta, triple, ta, 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 triple, ta, 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 teary, teary, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ta, ti, ta. I said ti-ta, ti instead of cinco, pa. So I'll try to get it as we do it this next time. Ready? Ta, ta, tum, ti, ta, ta, triple, ta, 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 triple, ta, 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 teary, teary, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 cinco, pa, ta. Whew, that was quite a workout. Okay, so let's look at another one. While I catch my breath, it'll give me a chance to review what's coming. The first measure, I've got hop, then ta, then hop. So, ta, ta, ta. For the second measure with the 16th notes, teary, teary. And then hops for the rest of the second measure. Ta, ta, ta. Then measure 3. Ti, ti, ta, ta, ta. And measure 4. Tum, ti, ta. That one's tricky. I'm going to do measure 4 again. Tum, ti, ta. I'm going to do it one last time. Tum, ti, ta. I think it's getting your T down to your half note. Ta. That's kind of tricky. Let's try the whole first half of this example. Ready? Not too fast yet. Go. Ta, ta, ta. Teary, teary, ta, ta, ta. Ti, ti, ta, ta, ta. Tum, ti, ta. Measure 5, 4 hops. Ta, 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 ta. Measure 6. Tum, ti, ta. Tum, ti, ta, ta. Triple it. Ta, ta. For measure 8. All right, let's do all of the second half, and then we'll go back and do the whole thing. Ready? Second half, not too fast. Ta, 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 ta. Tum, ti, ta. Tum, ti, ta, ta. Oops, triple it. Ta, ta. Ready? Here we go. Ta, ta, ta. Teary, teary, ta, ta, ta. Ti, ti, ta, ta, ta. Tum, ti, ta, 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 ta. Tum, ti, ta, tum, ti, ta, ta. Triple ta, ta. All right, friends, that's it for this week's or this rotation, whenever you're watching this, of simple or duple meter sight reading.